made it back, which means you should like and subscribe to our channel for more fun content. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about citrus season. It's happening now, and one of my favorites is limes. I always have it in my kitchen, and I'm always adding just that little bit of a wedge to finish off any dish. Probably why I love margaritas so much. So, you may hear chefs talk about it all the time, adding a little brightness to the end of a dish, meaning a vinegar or a citrus or a white wine. It just gives that little punch of flavor at the end. Think about it like adding a little pop of color to your favorite outfit. So, that's what we're gonna do today when we make That's a Spicy Lime Shrimp. So we're gonna start by making our sauce, which if you ever do any kind of Asian cooking at home, these are basically staples that will last, I don't know, till you finish them in your pantry. So we are gonna start with some chicken broth, and we're just basically gonna dump and stir. So we've got some miso, we've got some fish sauce, rice vinegar, soy sauce, got some chili garlic paste, sesame oil, and of course the lime juice, and a little bit of cornstarch that's going to thicken it all up and give us that nice sauce. So again, we're just going to mix this up, breaking up the miso, getting that cornstarch incorporated. Now sometimes the cornstarch will sink to the bottom, so before you pour this into your dish later, just make sure to give it another whisk to get it all incorporated. And then we're just going to set that aside. So we're just going to start by making our seasoning blend for our shrimp. So we've got some salt, garlic powder, ginger, and lime zest. And we're not using fresh ginger or garlic because it tends to burn in the pan when you're cooking your shrimp. So I'm just gonna add this all to a bowl, give it a little mix, and then I'm gonna season my peeled and deveined shrimp. You got a lot of seasoning here, so be liberal. And that's it. Now we're just gonna turn our pan on, get it hot, ready to cook the shrimp. I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil. And again, we're not adding a ton of oil, and it's already sort of glistening, so that's how I also know it's ready to go. And we're gonna just add our shrimp, and you're gonna cook it for about probably 2 minutes per side. I err on the side of less because eventually it's gonna finish cooking in our sauce. So you do not wanna overcook it at this point. Sizzling. We're not gonna crowd the pan, so I'm only gonna do half at one point. Let it cook. I know everyone likes to touch all of the protein that they're cooking, but don't, just let it do its thing on one side, let it cook, get nice and caramelized and golden, and then flip it. If you have to, walk away from the pan. So I know it's time to flip the shrimp when I start to see a little bit of pink around the edges. That's how I know it's starting to cook through. So I'm gonna give these guys a flip, give them about another minute, and then pull them off onto a plate. Oh yeah, we got some nice caramelization. Just what we want. Oh yeah. Looking good, guys. As if this dish didn't have enough flavor, we're gonna add some more. So we've got our fresh aromatics now. We've got some fresh ginger, fresh garlic, a Fresno chili, and some scallions. So I'm just gonna get that sauteed in the pan. Gonna add a little bit more oil and just add it to our pan. Now this cooks for probably a minute or two. Again, just like the shrimp, it's super fast. You don't want anything to burn. You're just sort of kind of like bringing this stuff to life. What I love most about this dish is it comes together in literally 15 minutes. I mean, it could not be any faster than that. And something that's so short to cook has so much flavor. Everything is kind of wilted down now, so now I know that it's time to add the sauce. So like I said before, I'm just gonna give it a little whisk, Make sure all of that cornstarch is incorporated. Turn down my heat just a little bit because our pan's pretty hot. Give it a little stir, and I see it's like basically already thickened up. So I'm gonna quickly add my shrimp, toss that in. I'm gonna turn off my heat, and I've got some fresh basil and cilantro, because again, just bringing more flavor to the dish. Set my spoon aside, and I'm probably gonna add about half these herbs, maybe sprinkle some on the top, make it look pretty at the end. Give it a stir, and we're done. So now that our shrimp is cooked, and we've got a great coconut lime rice to go with it, all I'm gonna do is basically plate this right on top. Finish it off. This is so good. So creamy looking. I mean, serve this at a dinner party. It couldn't be any easier. I think everyone would be pretty happy with this, as long as you like fish. I don't want to miss any of this sauce. And then remember those herbs that I saved? I'm just gonna finish it off, you know, a little pretty garnish. Now I'm gonna eat. And to go with these spicy shrimp, we're gonna do a little spicy tabata abs workout. Oh yeah. If you have 8 minutes, you have time for short and spicy tabata abs, which means 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest of mountain climbers, bicycle crunches, flutter kicks, and toe touches. Get to work.